you did quietly alone. You gave her your time, your loyalty, your softness. She gave you memories and silence. This is the part no one tells you, the part they skip in the self-help books and dating advice videos. That sometimes you can be everything I'm on should be in, still not be enough for her. Heart toasty, and that realization, that's the cut that bleeds the longest. Because no one warns you about her distance, her fading texts, her polite replies. The moment she goes from I miss you to I'm busy, Dad. So what do most men do? They chase. They overthink, they crumble. But the truth is not what you think. This is a lesson every man learns too late, and it hurts. But if you watch this till the end, you'll never be the same again. Oh, and before we continue, I've got something special for you. A free ebook, The Female Mind. Control Handbook. It reveals the hidden secrets to making any woman crave you. Grab it now, link in the description or open comment. Let's begin the first truth. She didn't leave because you weren't good enough. Why wasn't I enough? This question haunts every man who's ever loved deeply. And lost completely, you replay every conversation. Every gesture, every moment where you could have been better. You think if you'd just been funnier, more successful, more attractive, she would have stayed. But here's the brutal truth. That Marcus Aurelius would have understood. She didn't leave because you weren't good enough. She left because she didn't feel what you felt. Attraction isn't a reward for good behavior. That it's not a prize you earn through kindness points. It's not a transaction, where your emotional investment guarantees her emotional return. Doubt, it's a force as unpredictable as lightning, as uncontrollable as the wind. Think about it. How many times have you seen a good man lose an amazing woman to someone who treats her terribly? How many times have you watched a woman choose chaos over stability, excitement over security, mystery over transparency? It's not because women are broken. It's because attraction operates on a different frequency than logic. She can intellectually appreciate your kindness, while emotionally craving his indifference. She can respect your consistency, while being drawn to his unpredictability. The man who understands this stops asking, "What did I do wrong?" and starts asking, "What can I learn from this?" Seneca once wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Your heartbreak isn't evidence of your inadequacy. It's evidence of your capacity to love deeply. That's not a weakness. That's a superpower once you learn how to direct it. The second truth, your emotional investment doesn't create obligation. That I gave her everything. How could she just walk away? This is the lie that destroys men. The belief that emotional investment creates emotional debt. You think because you cared so much, because you sacrificed so much, because you loved so deeply, she owes you something in return. But love isn't a contract. It's not a mortgage where your payments guarantee ownership. Doubt. It's not a business deal where your emotional labor earns you emotional dividends. Every text you sent, every gift you bought, every late night conversation you had, those were your choices, your investments, your decisions. She didn't ask you to restructure your life around her existence. She didn't request that you make her your everything. You did that because it felt good, because it gave you purpose, because it made you feel needed, wanted, important. But somewhere along the way, you confused your need to give with her need to receive that. Here's what Epictetus knew that modern men forget. That don't explain your philosophy, embody it. You tried to love her into loving you back. You tried to nice guy your way into her heart. You treated her like a problem to be solved, instead of a person to be understood. The woman who's meant for you won't need to be convinced. She won't need to be won over. She won't need you to prove your worth through grand gestures and emotional gymnastics. She'll simply know. And the woman who doesn't let her go, not with bitterness, but with gratitude. She just showed you who she is. Believe her. The third truth. You can't logic your way into someone's heart, but we were so good together. We had so much in common, we wanted the same things. Compatibility on paper means nothing if there's no chemistry in person. You can't share the same values, the same goals, the same vision for the future. But if she doesn't feel that spark, that electricity, that indefinable, something that makes her heart race when she sees your name on her phone, none of it matters. This is perhaps the most painful truth of all. Love isn't logical. It doesn't follow rules. .it doesn't respect timelines. .it doesn't care about your 5-year plan or your relationship resume, or how well you treat her mother. You can be the perfect man on paper and still lose her to someone who makes no sense. Someone who's wrong for her in every logical way, but right for her in every emotional way. Someone who challenges her, frustrates her, ignites her, changes her. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind. Not outside events realize this, and you will find strength. You cannot control who she chooses. You cannot control what she feels. You cannot control her heart, her thoughts, her desires. Her fears, you can only control your response to her choices. When she tells you she's not ready for a relationship, don't try to convince her otherwise. When she says she needs space, give her the entire universe. When she says you're too good for her, believe her and walk away. Not because you're angry, not because you're hurt, but because you respect her autonomy, enough to accept her decision without trying to change her mind. The man who argues with a woman's feelings has already lost. The man who tries to negotiate attraction has already failed. The man who thinks he can reason his way into her heart has already forgotten the most important lesson of all. The man who needs nothing is everything she wants. That here's the paradox that changes everything. The less you need her, the more she wants you. The more complete you are alone. The more attractive you become to others. The more you value your own time, energy, and attention. The more precious these things become to women. This isn't about playing games or being manipulative. This is about understanding your own worth and refusing to compromise it for anyone. This is about building a life so fulfilling that another person's presence enhances it rather than completes it. When you stop seeing women as the solution to your problems and start seeing them as partners in your journey, everything changes when you stop needing validation from them and start validating yourself. Your entire energy shifts. The man who can walk away is the man who does not have to. The man who can be alone is the man was never truly lonely. The man who loves himself is the man was capable of loving others. Authentically, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself and your way of thinking. Your happiness cannot depend on another person's choices. Your peace cannot be held hostage by someone else's feelings. Your worth cannot be determined by who stays and who goes. You will love again deeper this time, wiser. This time better this time. The woman who broke your heart was not your soulmate. She was your teacher. She came into your life to show you what you don't want, to reveal what you won't tolerate, to prepare you for what you deserve. She taught you that love without reciprocation is not love, that it's obsession. She showed you that kindness without boundaries is not kindness, that it's weakness. She demonstrated that investment without return is not investment, that it's waste, but most importantly, she proved that you can survive the loss of someone you thought you couldn't live without. She showed you that your happiness doesn't depend on her presence. She revealed that your worth isn't determined by her choice. The right woman for you won't make you question your value. She won't make you chase her affection. She won't make you compete for her attention. She simply chooses you every day without hesitation, without condition, without reservation. And when she does, you'll understand why it never worked with anyone else. You'll see that every heartbreak, every rejection, every goodbye was preparing you for this. Hello. You'll realize that the woman who broke you was actually the woman who made you. You are not the same man who is broken. Be her leaving, you are the man who was forged by her lesson. Stop looking for her in every woman you meet. Stop trying to heal old wounds with new people. Stop carrying the past into your future. Let her go, not with anger, but with gratitude, not with resentment, but with respect, not with hatred, but with love for who she was, love for who you were, love for who you are becoming. The man who can let go of what was is the man who can embrace what will be. The man who can release the past is the man who can create the future. The man who can love someone enough to let them go. That I ask, the man who's ready to love someone enough to make them stay. You are that man you always have been. You just needed to be broken. To remember what every man learns too late about women. That I ask that the right woman won't make you learn it too late. That she'll make you learn it just in time.